A very, very good morning to you. In case you're just joining us, I'm yours truly, Stanley Nyaringita. On Mondays, from around this particular time, we give you matters tips on safeties, and this morning we're discussing road safety. And we're privileged to have two people who often lay, two kinds of people who often lay on the roads. Watapatana kwa mataa sana, patana kwa mashida, a motorcyclist as well as a driver. And both of them are road ambassadors and road safety ambassadors. And just to introduce them, Mercy Wanjiru as well as Peter Kakedi. Unasemanga ladies first, so I'll start with you. Mercy, karibu sana.
Thank you.
You can tell us who is Mercy Wanjiru?
My name is Mercy Wanjiru. I'm a driver by profession. Currently I'm working with Shovel and Trowels, a road construction company, and I'm a driver.
Right. Peter?
Thank you so much. My name is Peter Kakedi. I'm a professional rider and a rider trainer. Thank you so much.
Right.
Currently, I'm with the Riders and Road Safety. Thank you so much.
Right. So, Peter, Mercy, tukiendelea na conversation, even for the viewer, to really understand how important the conversation imekuwa. Earlier this year, ikianza, it was day in, day out, reporting about road either fatalities, injuries, and all that. According to NTSA, some road accidents cost more than 1.35 million deaths annually. 20 to 50 million injured or disabled, and road accidents are among the top 10 causes of death, and 3,500 people die every day. Now that is globally. So that is how much this conversation is really important. They also say the leading cause of death for people aged between 15 to 29 years. And this really goes to show how much it is a huge population. So I'll start with you, Wanjiru. Yeah. Even in this year, I mean, the fact that tulikuwa na so many cases of road accidents, what was your thinking at that time, even as an ambassador? Ulikuwa unaona, where are we going wrong? What was not happening at that time?
One thing on our roads, many causes of the road accidents that we're having are pioneered by human error, the mechanical error, and environmental. Most of them are, almost like 98% of them are human error, whereby you find that most of the drivers, they lack patience on the road. Most of them don't get enough rest, they are fatigued. And most of them, they don't have the heart for the other road users, because I believe safety starts with me. Mm-hmm. And when I'm on the road, I not only drive the car that I'm driving, but even the other cars and the other road users. I should be wary of them and look out to them. Mm-hmm. But in Kenya, mostly you find that most drivers, they don't even give you, they can, for example, you might find a driver, he indicates on the left, mm-hmm. but actually he's turning right. So definitely the driver behind him or her will not get the right information. So most of them don't give the right information. Again, another thing, most companies, they don't train their drivers. Apart from that, you do an interview, you're a driver, that is enough for that company. But they don't follow up on training, they don't follow up on giving them education, because I believe in the driving sector, you learn every day. Because, for example, like me, when I did my driving course, I did with a manual car. Mm-hmm. But in the recent times, most of the cars are automatic cars, whereby you can find someone is texting while driving, simply because the car he is driving or she's driving is an automatic motor vehicle. Mm-hmm. So one thing, the surroundings of the vehicle, you might find that someone is not familiar with it. As long as he can put on the gear on drive, he presumes he or she is a driver. Mm. But the safety standards on the roads, most of the drivers are not aware about it.
And Peter, unadhani ni story na not being aware, ama ni ile story when as a driver, and mostly around you're driving in a place in an urban center where there's so much traffic, So it's you have to have a certain level of stubbornness. I was having a conversation na dere moja mekaa pale mbele na kwa mat. Ananiambia, hey, ukiendesha hapa Nairobi lazima ukuwe kichwa ngumu pia kidogo. Where do you draw the line between kwa kichwa ngumu kidogo and also now following traffic rules?
Well, first of all, I'll blame it on the driver and the rider training. There is poor training and that is on the drivers, actually all road users. Because sometimes you are left wondering, like my sister is saying, somebody indicates that they are going to they are turning right.
Right.
Suddenly, they are going left. So, and that falls under distracted driving or riding. So, we need to do a lot as far as our syllabus is concerned.
And actually on that, because sahi ndio tunaongelea kitu. Hiyo kitu you turn left, turn right. And I always have a huge problem na dere mwenye nakuja and you're on a turn corner, so I'll stand and wait to see where they're indicating. They won't even indicate, and then they're actually turning. I have a huge problem with those drivers. But then kwa hiyo ya kuturn, kuweka indicator. How long? Let's say I'm from here, I'm driving, and the turn is where you're standing or where you're sitting. Ni distance gani nahitaji ndio niweke indicator? Nafaa kuweka indicator kwa kona, ama how many meters do I have to indicate that I'm turning? For both ukiona nduthi, motorcycle as well as gari.
You see, driving or riding is a profession. And every profession, there is a language they use. Recently, I saw guys saying that how comes doctors, when they are picketing, they write things we can read, but when I go there to see them, they write things that I cannot understand. Only the pharmacist maybe understands. So simply because I'm not in their profession, I may not be able to interpret what language they're using there. So back to road safety, and when you're on the road, there is a language you're supposed to use on the road so that we communicate. So you need to indicate on time, like 70 meters before. You prepare me because I'm riding from back.
So who are you communicating to, Apa?
I need to indicate, to inform you, to prepare you that, hey, you're coming, but look, I want to turn, or I want to merge or change lanes. So driving is a profession. Unfortunately, it is one of the most underrated professions. People think that if you are a failure in school, now you can come and become a driver. That is very wrong. Driving or riding as a profession should be taken very serious, because today my sister will ride on my bike, and that is a life on my bike. So it should be taken very serious.
Right.
So we are lacking professionalism on the roads.
And Mercy, as a driver, do you think when a driver akiweka indicator, their key focus see who passenger? I mean, not the passenger, but the pedestrians along the road. That's not the main focus. The main focus is probably other drivers along that area. So if there are no other drivers, he or she may not really actually indicate that and turn left or right. And the reason I'm asking this is because according to NTSA, between 2016 to 2022, they say between 2,336 billion passengers lost their lives at that particular time. In your expertise, dere aki indicate, who are they communicating to really?
One, when you're taking the driving course, the way he has said, it's a profession. You are educated on giving information, whereby indicating is one way of giving information to any road users, be it a pedestrian, be it a rider, be it the driver behind you, the vehicle surrounding you. Just like the way he has said, in our roads, and especially in the urban towns, and like in Nairobi town, the CBD, you'll find someone, he's on the far end of the lane, but he's going on the other far end. Most Kenyan drivers will change lanes on roundabouts, knowing very well that is not the rule, knowing that well they're endangering their lives as much as they're endangering other road users. So you need to indicate, like the way he said, 7 meters away or even 100 meters away. That is enough time to tell the person, the driver behind you, the rider behind you, and even the pedestrian who might be going your way. Maybe it's a junction. The pedestrian want to just, there's a zebra crossing just at the junction. So the pedestrian will have to stop because you have indicated that you are turning. So giving information is the most important thing on our roads. That shows that you are really caring about the other road users.
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of caring, Peter,
Yes.
wase wengi wa nduthi and most motorcyclists kwa hii country wamekuwa painted watu wenye nikikugonga wewe group yenu yote wamekuja kuwatetea. So you'd find even undo the guy to a motorcycle, they'd be driving in a way that they know, in case nifanye anything else, people would come to defend me rather than attack me. Is that the case?
For a long time, let's start from 2020. The former CDF, that is retired General Julius Karangi, he was almost lynched by riders or criminal gangs on motorcycles. Few years later, there was a Zimbabwean diplomat who was harassed and assaulted on a forest road. You remember? It went viral. As if that was not enough, early this year, that was January this year, around January or February, in Kitengela,
I remember that.
There was a very serious case there. There is a lady that was driving, then all of a sudden, yeah, you remember?
Yeah.
We should ask ourselves, how did we arrive here? And what do we need to do? I will blame the enforcers and the systems. We cannot keep on taking painkillers and expect to get the cure. It will never work. We cannot continue depending on I call them microwave solutions. Right there, the moment the border guys in Kirinyaga wanted to lynch the former, the CDF, that was the time we were supposed to ask ourselves, hey, how are we going to handle this sector? This is the right time we should borrow a leaf from our neighbors, the Rwandese, the Rwanda government. For you to become they call them abamatori, border rider, or moto. For you to become one, you must take a serious course and qualify to be abamotari or a moto rider. But in Kenya, it's left for everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry can go there, buy themselves a motorcycle, and hit the road. So it puts us in a very, very bad situation, and we are sitting on a time bomb. Now, the problem is with us, the enforcers. Let us not wait when something bad happens, then we try to get some knee-jerk solutions. Never works like that. Let us go the Rwanda way. It would help us a lot.
So help us understand, kama you kesi ya Kitengela, so Mercy is a driver, labda for example ni walikuwa na drive, wewe uko na hii pikipiki yako hapa, ajali kafanyika, maybe ukamgonga, maybe she was indicating, for one reason or another, either she did not indicate, or maybe she did and you did not see, so you probably ended up hitting each other. What happens in this kind of a situation, ajali kifanyika? I'll start with you, Mercy. As a perspective yako kama driver, umemgonga Peter mahali Kitengela hapo, for example. What do you do after that? Umeshamgonga, what happens?
We are supposed to first of all, I'm supposed to say sorry, I apologize if I'm on the wrong. And if he is on the wrong, we sit, we talk and come to an agreement. You are on the wrong, this is what you did, without involving other road users, because this is between me and him. It's between our automotive machines, his bicycle and my car. If I have done damages on his motorbike and I'm the one on the wrong, I'll either compensate him or he will compensate me if he's on the wrong. If we fail to agree, that is where we call in the traffic police, and then we go the right way, where we involve the insurances. But we shouldn't be involving other road users in our maintenance. Just like when maybe I'm doing business and I don't agree with my client, I won't call other business people to come and solve our problem. what I want to tell road users, we should run to solve our problems when they occur without involving either it's a rider who is on the wrong. I take him as a road user who has fallen in the wrong, but not take him as a riders. We stop gathering them, riders, because in the riders, we have even good riders. I normally use them mostly. They are not all of them, it's not all of them that are bad riders. Even most of them will even stop when you have a problem, and they'll ask you, hi, can I help you? What is bothering you? It's not all of them. We should not be putting them in one basket that riders are bad people. No, boda people, they are good people. It's only that in every sector we have a bad, it's like when you have a sack of potatoes, you would definitely find one or two that are bad, but it's not all of them.
Right.
Yeah.
So you're in a perspective yako as a driver, and whatever you're saying happens in a very utopia kind of world. We are imagining it should happen like that.
Yes.
But Peter, he happen hivyo. Kama mligongana na Masi, typically tunajua atoke either umwambie pole ama yakwambie pole. Hebu sasa utuambie as kama mtu wa Nduthi, what happens na hii ni scenario yenye somewhere in Kitengela, uko in a circle, because we always see a number of the groupings, each group has its own circle and all that. So tuambie, in your case mmegongana, what happens?
Thank you so much. Accidents happen, and nobody wakes from their houses and say, hey, today I'm praying to God that I may go out there and cause accidents and maybe kill 1 to 3 people, injure them. So accidents happen, and it is not, you would not wish to have an accident. But now I would want to factor in what we call road rage. Road rage cuts across the board. It's not only affecting border riders. I remember sometimes back there is a famous blogger, I may not mention the name. The cars, they had a small, it was a slight collision maybe. But now with a certain gospel singer, the guy came out with a big rungu and started smashing the other guy. So that was road rage. So people, and this cuts across board, every road user, that is pedestrians, mkokoteni pushers and pullers, the cyclists, border riders, truck drivers, all of us. When an accident happens, we need to sort it out amicably. But if you cannot sort it out amicably, we have the police, we have the law of the land. Yeah. Unfortunately, the majority of violators are unfortunately border riders. And sometimes it happens because they are oblivious of the consequences of their actions. Yes.
Right. And now, because we were talking about even the majority, a majority of people who are also involved with all these accidents as kama casualties, ni watu wenye hawajui maneno yetu ya road safety and all that. They didn't go to a school because they're just passengers. Yaliingia kwa gari, probably it's a matatu or a bus. They don't understand the road safety rules. Or rather even a passenger when you umebeba kama mtu wa Nduthi. So do you feel like they actually need to understand this traffic rules? What's the importance of even understanding some of these traffic regulations?
For me, I would say yes. If our government would educate our people on road safety and the road rules, whether you are a driver, whether you are a passenger, so that you can be able to know, even when you're in a matatu, when you're in that passenger vehicle, you'll be able to highlight that this driver is not doing the right thing on the road. I would really recommend that NTSA would start having classes for every citizen to make them understand what entails on our roads, the road safety measures, what a driver should be doing, whether you're a driver or not a driver. Because let me say, like in any profession, like now, a doctor, after you get your salary and you feel like now you need a car, one just goes for driving classes. At least these days they go, I think, for a month or so. In our time, you used to do driving course for 15 days and you're given your driving license. The rest is history. That was late 90s. But like now you see, you are a doctor, you want a car, you go for the driving courses, but you don't learn the road safety measurements inside deeply the way you would want to run. You have been just taught to be a vehicle mover, that you can move your car from your home to your office. And surprisingly, most drivers, they will only follow the highways to their homes. Sorry to say that. You find that even most drivers cannot even drive along the CBD or in towns. Why? Because these people, they were just taught the basic driving. Basic. When I call it basic, is that they were taught this the gear, this the car. Most of them, they don't even know the surrounding of the car. Whereby, as a driver, I'm supposed to be aware of my surrounding in the car, what I'm supposed to do when I get in that car, what I'm supposed to do when I have other passengers in that car. You understand? But most people don't have that knowledge. They don't. So you'll find that you have someone seated there, you are driving, someone is doing exactly the opposite of what should be done. But because this person doesn't have any knowledge on road safety, they'll just die together or they just become crippled together. So for me, I would really request the NTSA board to at least educate our people on road safety and the signs and how we should how the driving safety awareness, not just being a passenger there. Yeah.
Peter, so at the end of the day, nani anafaa kuambia passenger? This is what ukiingia kwa gari, these are the traffic regulations that you, as a passenger, this is what you need to know. Who should be teaching them? And also, let's say mimi ni passenger wako hapa, nimekuja ukanipatia hii helmet. Ukaniambia haya shika hiyo, kwambia tukimbia hapa kidogo Kiambu Road. Wewe ndio before hata niingie, are you supposed to be telling me haya shika hii helmet? These are the few rules and regulations kwa barabara. Kabla ukae chini ukaniambia tukienda hivi na hivi na hivi, hii ndio speed limit yenye mimi kama driver wako nafaa kuenda. Is that something that you should be telling me, ama mimi ni kuingia tu kwa ndudhi yako tuende?
That's a very important question. You see, your safety starts with you first of all. Later on it becomes a collective responsibility. Many of the times, when I have a pillion passenger, let's say my sister wants to ride on my bike, I take her to the office. It is her responsibility, first of all, to make sure that she's going to be given an helmet.
Okay.
But now, I normally make sure that I give my clients or passengers helmets. And sometimes, or in most cases, they will say, especially the ladies, they say, oh no, hii helmet imetumika na watu wengi sana, so I cannot put it on. Because this is what I do. I make sure, but this is half helmet. This is meant for the passengers.
And I think unaweza karibia hapa pia.
Yes.
Unaweza karibia juu ndio ni yako sasa utuambie.
Yeah.
Mimi siwezi karibia hapo ndani na ufunguo ni yako hapo. So unaweza karibia sasa mimi ndio passenger wako. So nimekuja. Yako inakaa mpya kidogo yenyewe. Hii yenye umenipatia
hii ni yangu hii.
Oh,
hii ya full. Hii ni yangu.
Tofauti ni gani? Unaweza angalia hivi. Pia tuambie sasa tofauti ya helmet ya driver na ya passenger ni gani?
Hii half. If you sneeze easily, the pathogens na hizo nini zitaenda. Now, people claim or say that most of you guys give us helmets that are dirty. Mwingine aliniambia usinipatie helmet iko na kunguni. So this is what I do. I make sure that I give you a hairnet. This is disposable. And as a passenger, you can make sure that you buy yours. This is only 20 shillings.
A hairnet?
Yeah, a hairnet. Let me show you.
Okay,
Let me show you. So let's say for the...
Naulizwa kama nishaipanda nduthi. Sijaipanda kusema kweli.
That's why I'm making this sector to be... I'm trying to formalize this sector to make it a professional sector so that we all gain together. We make our people safe as we make money, right?
Okay.
So, umekuja.
So when do unanivalisha?
Hii utatoa hivi.
Oh, okay.
Alafu
nikuvalishe hivyo.
Alafu
nika tunaenda jikoni lakini ni tunaingia.
No, for me I value my clients. I value my clients.
Kwanza mtu ametoka kinyozi amepata haircut mzuri.
Si ndio kama hii yako. Yeah, so put it on like that. And then you fasten the straps. Just in case we get a, you never know the roads. So it's like that. Nika hivi sasa.
Oh, so iko na space hadi ya.
Yeah.
Sawa.
So maybe you want more air.
Oh, unakafungua.
Yeah. So
ukiwa mahali kama Kitengela na vumbi
huko Kitengela bwana, diaspora. So you make sure kama uko Kitengela you lower the
okay.
Yeah. So mi pia nitavaa yangu.
Okay.
Then I give you also a reflector jacket. Unfortunately,
I'm supposed to also have
a reflector jacket.
Okay.
So tukikaa hivyo, we are safe, we are good to go. Yeah, that's how I make sure that my clients are safe.
Quality inafikwe nini ya hii helmet?
Very good. It is unfortunate that the government of Kenya allows substandard helmets into this country. Yeah? The helmets
ndio ingine,
Yeah. The helmets that we're using in this country are not DOT CE certified. We call them bakulis because they are not helping us. A good helmet should have a certificate or should be certified by DOT or CEC.
Okay.
Those are relevant bodies that deal with quality of helmets. Yeah.
So kama hii as a passenger, kama hii nataka kujua kama ni quality. Unaweza fungua hapo. Unajua kama hujazoea kuvaa hizo vitu unashangaa
You simply pull this.
Oh, okay.
This comes this way.
Inatoka then una toe pole sawa.
With your hairnet.
Wacha hairnet ibaki hapo kidogo.
Unaweza
so how much is this, and also as a passenger how do I know this is quality that you're giving me?
A certified helmet, normally they come with you see this card here?
Wacha niwasomee. So it has IS 4151 and then CML and quite a number of numbers there. I think tunaweza zungusha which camera, that one.
Yeah.
Yes.
So this is not a bakuli, this is a certified helmet. So in case maybe there is an accident and you hit the tarmac, you will still be safe. Yeah.
Na ulizoka ukipiga chini yezi pasuka?
Haiwezi.
Haiwezi pasuka.
Haiwezi. Hata kugonga hivi.
Iko sawa?
Iko sawa hiyo.
Okay, naambiwa nao fanye testing tena.
It's safe.
Okay.
Yeah. Lakini ile bakuli ni kama ile watu wa mjengo. Ukigonga hivi it shatters.
Masi, what do you think about this? The fact that ulisomei maneno yote back in the 90s, this kind of technology, you can have a seat.
Yes, thank you.
Pia tuone, unaweza acha tu hapa. I'll be calling you back in a few.
Thank you.
The fact that, times have changed, roads have changed, and things have changed. What do you think about this kind of new development? Do people even understand the need? Kama mimi passenger, hiyo time uko na haraka unataka kufika mahali, you don't have the luxury of kuvalisha the hairnet, making sure that this is actually foolproof before you actually get into a motorcycle.
Now, you have said that technology has come. True. Like me, when I started doing road safety at passengers, I started following a guy called Roadside.
Oh yeah, no.
He gave me the passion.
Yeah.
Actually, I have never met with Roadside.
I have.
But we really talk.
Yeah.
So you have said that technology has come. This is new.
Yeah.
But we have platforms where we can learn. Simply because you will find so many people buying bundles to be on TikTok for nothing serious or nothing educative. You'll find people on Facebook with nothing educative. But if one wants to learn what is happening, the current situation, they will definitely learn from many platforms. We have platforms like the one for Rotate. Definitely, you get a lot of information from that platform.
Oh, yes.
We have another one like Sikika Road Safety Network, whereby still I follow Akina Daniel. We have the driving schools like Maridadi. There are those driving schools that really will teach you when you're doing when you're taking riders course. And he can ascertain that.
Yeah.
There are those driving schools that will give you proper information on what to check when you're either buying a helmet or you're buying a motorcycle. So if people want to learn, the urge, the love of knowing things, definitely they will learn.
Right.
I believe that.
And the reason I was asking that is because according to FIA Foundation, they're saying road fatalities are set to increase to 2.4 million by 2030. That's 6 years to come. And they give the two main reasons is because of global economic development as well as accompanying, motorization. How even motor vehicles really even change. And so this, Pitato Kiskia, some of this data, by 2030, the number of fatalities is itaongezeka. But then the fact that we even have this, do you think watu wengi wa bodaboda around Nairobi, around most of these urban centers, wakiwa na knowledge ya hii, can that actually prevent hizi numbers zenye tunaambiwa they will actually increase?
If you look at the data, you realize that by 2030, many people will have died, will have been killed through border accidents. Many people, or more people will have died through border accidents, more than even HIV/AIDS. Last time when we had COVID-19, border still killed more than COVID. So it now means that we should now really shift our focus and really put our efforts towards reducing the crashes and finally making it, reporting 0 deaths through border accidents. You see, sometimes back, I think like a few years ago, 4 years ago, when I did my, 10 years ago when I did my training as a rider, Outer Ring Road had not been dualed, but now it is dualed. It simply means that as time change and the skyline changes and everything, the road network, then we must also make sure that we go for refresher courses and we update ourselves with the infrastructure as far as riding and driving is concerned. Somebody that went to school to be a rider in 2010, maybe he was using the Ngong Road, the old Ngong Road.
Okay.
He cannot ride the same way he was riding on Ngong Road 10 years ago.
Right.
It means you must also be updated. So until and unless we update ourselves, many people are going to die through border accidents.
Right.
It's unfortunate.
Ladies and gentlemen, before we continue this whole conversation, allow me to also make aware of the viewer watching. You're probably seeing a breaking news item on your screens. Just to make you aware of this, some breaking news. Ibrahim Raisi, president of Iran, has passed away in a chopper road crash. We'll be giving you more details about this conversation. Ibrahim Raisi has been president since 2021 in August, and Iran's vice president Mohammad Mokhbar is set to take over as acting president, pending the approval of the supreme leader following the death of Ibrahim Raisi in a helicopter crash, with the constitution basically stipulating a new president must be elected within 50 days. This and much more we'll be giving you in a subsequent bulletins, and even when we have more conversations, and even for the whole visual bits, some photos as well as videos coming your way in a few. That is our breaking news at this particular hour. Back to our conversation. So taking a look at how FIA really tells us, even NTSA globally, not only in the country, showing that this is actually is going to be even worse. By 2030, we do expect to see some of this. But then there's some minute things that even as road users, we really just miss out. When you're telling us how when an accident happens, utatoka umwambie pole and all that, but there's something you forgot to tell us. There's two important things that are on our set. and the importance of it actually for people around all that. You could actually tell us what they are. I believe sasa unaweza simama pia ndio uchangamshe miguu kidogo.
Now,
yes. How important really are these two things, and you can tell us the name and all that?
This is an informative sign, showing that maybe I have a breakdown on my car, whereby I need to put it some meters away from the car.
Okay.
To give...
How many? For example, the vehicle is where you're standing.
Yeah.
So how many meters from where you are backwards as well as forwards? 20
to 30 meters.
Okay.
So that I'll give the cars on my lane enough time to swerve to the other lane that doesn't have the cars.
Right.
So actually I forgot that. When I come out, the first thing I'll do, because we can't just pull off the accident scene, I will remove my informative reflector on the road, put it behind my car.
Another question as you continue. So these ones are yellow.
Yeah.
I've seen some that are white. Is there any difference?
Yeah, there's a difference.
Okay.
And I think I can't remember really the difference.
Ukiendelea kama itakuja sawa.
Yeah, I'll tell you. So I'll put this one behind my car and I'll put the other one in front of my car. Then from there, definitely because we are humans. Actually, I'll give you an incident that happened on me last year around August. By the way, I was very new in this company, the one I'm working at, the roundabout, GPU roundabout.
Okay.
There was a we are on traffic, and I'm leaving the parking lot whereby we put our machines and all that to join the road.
Right.
So I indicated and I joined the road behind a ready and another few cars. But the way I have just told you, most drivers in Kenya will change lanes on the roundabout. So we have been given the go-ahead to move.
Right.
And apparently this ready driver in front of me sees that this bus is changing lanes, and she stops abruptly. And you know when the right say you go, you just accelerate. So I had already accelerated, and unfortunately I hit her from behind. So when I came out, I put the cones, because as we have the cones on the road, because we are doing that Uhuru Highway, the old Mombasa road. So I took the cones, I put one behind and one in front. So this lady comes out, we say hi. She doesn't want me to greet her. And she was really mad at me. You have hit me, blah, blah. I had just to stand and let her, first of all, talk. And then I told her, this is what we expect when we are on the road. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to do it. He told me, no, don't tell me, sorry, you have hit my car. And actually, it has just a small scratch that you couldn't even notice. The police officer on the road, on the roundabout came. He told us, are you able to discuss and come into an agreement? I really tried. And it didn't happen. As much as I was willing to compensate her, to a point that we had to go. A police officer was called for an accident traffic officer. We went to Central Police Station. So you might find that you are ready to discuss or to talk with your fellow road user, even if you're on the wrong or he or she is on the wrong. But for them, they are not willing. Right. So it's true. I'll definitely say hi because I'm human. I can just come out, hey, umenigonga, nini. No, we need to be human and be responsible. First of all, I accept my mistake. Then from there, we look for a solution. That is what I would say in case of an accident. Right. Yeah, and especially whereby nobody has been harmed or anything, because you see some most, you might find that even an accident has occurred because of a natural calamity, like the way when it was flooding. Yeah, you might find that maybe someone the visual, he's not able to see it's raining. Yeah. Then abruptly this person breaks and you hit him. Maybe even you don't even hit him, but you are hit from behind and you are pushed to the car in front of you. Yeah. So definitely, I would say I would say sorry first, and then we would start from there. All right. Yeah.
So having both of these reflectors is important, not only even to the drivers who are coming along that route,
Yeah.
but also pedestrians who are using that route.
Exactly.
And also even passengers in other cars and all that.
Yeah, but you'll even find that this is a car and someone have just put it just behind the car. So definitely, it's true you have it, but you have used it the wrong way. You understand?
Okay.
So you need to put it a few meters behind you and a few meters in front of you, especially where you find that it's a two-way traffic. There are vehicles coming from the opposite direction and there are vehicles coming from to avoid another accident. Yeah.
Right.
So even the positioning of the reflectors is highly recommended, how you put them.
How you position them.
Yes.
Well, as much as most are using twigs and all that.
You should be having them in the car, by the way. Yeah. You should have a first aid kit. You should have this and a torch,
okay,
in case it's at night, and maybe even a reflector, even if you are a driver. Because when it's at night, you wear your reflector, everyone will be seeing that there's someone there. When you don't have a reflector, kindly have a torch. You'll be able to show other road users as you wait for help to come your way.
Right.
Yeah.
And Peter, I'll ask you something that I was asked over December holidays. One of my very young, curious cousins, akaniuliza, kama gari kuna hii, na nduthi. In case you also had an accident, do you need any of this? What happens in such a situation?
In case of a breakdown, riders, you need reflective clothing. That improves your visibility. For example, if my bike has broken down, maybe I got a flat tire,
okay,
and I'm pushing my bike, that's the work of these reflective, the reflective straps. So when I'm walking, you'll be able to see my legs.
Okay.
Yeah, because these things, they reflect at night. Okay. That's why you'll always find me in a trouser like this, because of these reflectives.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you always have to have boots on?
Definitely should have boots.
What's the purpose of boots while you're riding?
If you talk to any, especially dermatologist, they will tell you that the moment you expose your skin, you expose your skin to extreme weather, maybe wind, etc., you'll definitely suffer later on. So because of wind and cold, you need to have boots up to this level. And also on your hands, you need to have gloves. Yeah,
okay,
to protect you from extreme cold and wind.
Right.
Yeah.
So how about me as now the passenger? Because you've given me this as well as the reflector. But then I'm going with you on a distance of probably 500 meters, give or take. Quite a long distance, let's just say that. Okay, probably how many kilometers? Let's say 100 kilometers, for example. Quite a long distance, Do I also need those?
Let's say there is what we call journey planning. Let's say we are planning to travel from here to Ichaweri, Gatundu there.
Okay.
To see the former. What you need to do, you need to prepare for the journey. You need to dress well for the journey. So as a passenger, make sure you are also dressed well for the journey. Not just traveling on a motorcycle. Every journey you must prepare. The problem with Kenyans, we don't prepare well for our journeys. But if you're going to travel on a motorcycle, make sure you are well prepared, you are well dressed, ready for the journey. But for the short distances, normally we do 50 to 60 kilometers per hour, so you won't be affected by the cold, by the wind.
Right.
Yeah.
So back at home, wherever you're watching us from, you can always interact with us. 0795-045-864 is our number to call in live and just tell us you're a road user. But then what is your experience on the roads? Our question for the day for you as a road user, what and which traffic regulations do you know and which ones do you follow? Let me just sample a few of them as we continue. Babake Rachel says in Kenya, especially Nairobi, lazima ukue kichwa kidogo tu. Willy, right hand drive, hiyo ndio najua. Kile anasema look right, look left, look right again, then cross the road. Wanjiru, as an experienced driver, what's the whole purpose of this? Because I've had conversations with a number of people and ananiambia, mimi sijaelewi kitu ya look right, look left, look right again, and then cross the road. What's the whole purpose of that?
The whole purpose of that is that you'll definitely get to know the distance of the oncoming vehicle on the right side, on the left side. And because you had checked on the right side first, you check again. Definitely it gives you adequate time to see whether you can be able to cross before the two vehicles, if it's a road, is a two-way road, before they reach where you are. So it's always good to first of all look right, look left, look right again, and then you cross. Because definitely you'll have adequate time, and even to prepare your mind that now you're crossing. Yeah, because you find most pedestrians, anastukia tu, I'm supposed to cross from here without even checking. Yeah. So you need to be composed, you stand, you check, and then you cross.
Right. Let me continue sampling some of them. Kilei, okay, nimeangalia Kilei Toraria Buyasto Joe anasema keep distance is the only traffic rule that is working. Zingine ni things of the past. Peter, do you agree with him?
Kenyan drivers, they don't keep distance. Today, look at the traffic jam on any road, Kiambu Road, Kilei, or any road. Ask yourself, the distance between a vehicle and another, can a motorcycle fit in there?
How much should the distance be? Let's say, for example, nyuma ya gari yako tunaelekea huko, sawa? So nyuma ya gari yako is where you're seated. So allow me to, come closer to where you are. So where should I be? Because I'm following you. So where should I be? What's the distance between the two of us?
You should be able to see my rear number plate. The vehicle that is ahead. You should be able to see. That is if you are inside your vehicle.
Good, okay.
Yeah, that is for drivers.
Okay.
But of course, for motorcycle riders, there is we factor in lane splitting or sieving. It is allowed in most countries.
Okay.
But in Kenya, unfortunately, if you ask a driver, what is lane splitting? They don't know. So it takes us back to. It's okay.
Yes, I'm big told. Naulizwa kama najua lane splitting. I probably have an idea of what it is, but I'd love you to tell us what lane splitting is.
Lane splitting is that is when you are riding between two lanes of slow-moving traffic. Now, when you are lane splitting, it has also rules. You cannot do past 40 kilometers per hour. When the lanes start moving faster, what you need to do as a rider, you just merge back and maintain the lane as other vehicles. When they slow down and finally stop, in a traffic jam, you can lane split. Right. But unfortunately, most drivers don't understand this. You are trying to lane split, but unfortunately what you see them doing, they move the car to squeeze in, to close in on the space left for us. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Boni Kamau anasema keep left unless overtaking. Always overtake when it's clear and safe to do so. Joseph Harrison, keep left. Babake Rachel Lamaye, keep left unless overtaking. Simon Kiprop, Tuke, traffic lights rule, zebra crossing. Masi, do drivers really obey zebra crossing?
Not all, but me, I do. I do very much. Why? You laugh at this. I don't always use my car. Like for example, I leave my car with my husband. So definitely, I use zebra crossing by the time I reach where my office car is. So I think I always give way to the pedestrians. But most Kenyan drivers, they don't.
Okay.
They don't, unless the traffic lights have stopped you or the traffic marshal. Right. Most of them don't.
Right.
And that is actually another problem with our drivers. Just like the way I told you when we started, most drivers in Kenya do not have patience.
Okay.
They don't. That is something we are lacking on our roads.
Right. Patience.
Because you feel that when I let this person close, I'm wasting time. But actually, it's their right.
Right.
It's even indicated on the road. This is the designated place for this person to cross. But you still find someone even stopping on the pedestrian crossing, whereby it's an offense. But who is there to make it to make people know that this is an offense
and just follow through? Peter Masi, we have about a minute to wrap it up. I'll ask each of you 30 seconds for all the road users, because I said every one of us is a road user, tusitake tusitake, because you'll have to use a road. So what kind of tips, what do they need to know this morning? I'll start with you, Mercy, then Peter, in 30 seconds.
One thing I would tell them is that safety starts with me and it starts with you. The moment you know that you need to be safe, you'll definitely adhere to the road rules and regulations, because the most important thing is you go back to your family in the evening. Yeah.
Okay. Peter?
Thank you so much. To our passengers, the pillion passengers, make sure that you understand the rider that is taking you home. We have 3 categories. We have incidental rider, a motorcycle mover, and a professional rider. Make sure you understand who is going to be your rider. And above all, personally, individually be responsible before it becomes a collective responsibility.
Right.
Thank you so much.
In about like a second or so, Mercy, are you a driver or a vehicle mover?
I'm a driver.
Peter?
I am a professional rider, certified and also trained by the trainer of trainers, that is the founder of Road Safety and Safe Driving Practices, currently based in Qatar.
Asante sana.
Yes.
Lazima ungejitetee yoyote. So ask yourself that question this morning. Are you a driver or a vehicle mover? That is our conversation this particular morning on matters road safety. Asante sana to everyone who has talked to us. Quite a number of, Abdul Rasmada, speed limit, slow in pump, keep quiet. Dixon, keep talking to us on our socials. We're asking you, as a road user, do you know the whole traffic regulations? Do you understand them? Do you actually follow them? On behalf of everyone here who has made this production possible from 6 a.m. all the way to 10 a.m. has been a marvelous Monday morning. See you tomorrow for a terrific Tuesday.